Big Guy Fitness Daily Journal, day 28. Look at this. We made it through well, if it was March, a short month, but 4 weeks. I'll count that as a month. Count it as a win. If I put 11 more of these together, it's been a year. That's some solid journaling and weight loss. So today, main topic is going to be cheat meals. This weekend I kind of blew it up. I didn't blow it up too bad, but the interesting thing is when I started this journey, when I had a lot more weight on, I lost, like I said, 38 to 40 something pounds right off the bat within the first 2 phases of 3 months cutting and fasting, intermittent fasting, very low calorie deficit. I would have done it differently if I had to do it over again. I think I really killed myself a little with the fasting. My metabolism got shot and made it a little difficult, especially retaining muscle. I didn't feed it enough protein. Anyway, those are all stories for another topic. But the cheat meals, I really screwed myself, because during that time, when you're not introducing enough calories and you don't have enough protein and you're not satiated, your body's just crying out. The ghrelins just start acting up and crying for food. And if you can't tame those things, which I was pretty good at doing, but just every once in a while I would just get, all right, this is enough, especially when you're on like a 48, 62 something hour fast. I was like, this is not going to work. I can't sustain this. So then, instead of coming off the fast well, which is the most important thing, I would come off the fast in such a shitty way. Like, I would literally go right straight for the pasta or the carbs, and yeah, that just wrecks it. I mean, it's almost not even worth doing what you just did. So, but now the interesting thing is, so there's 2 different phases. If I weren't in that early phase, the cheat days, I would really manage those better. I would only do them once a month. Sometimes I was doing them every week for 2 or 3 weeks. And what I would do is I would lose, like, say I lose 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a day for that whole week. I'm crushing it, right? So say I get maybe 7 pounds, 5.5 to 7 pounds of weight loss that week. I'm crushing it. Friday comes, I'm like, this is awesome. Then Saturday, and sometimes I'd do a Saturday and Sunday. I'd have a gathering to get together and eat all the stuff and drink the booze and all that stuff. I wouldn't go crazy, but it all added up really quickly. I mean, if I have a burger, In-N-Out burger and fries and a shake on Saturday, and that was maybe even if I only did 1 meal that day, still a lot of calories, a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs. And then if I did Sunday was a gathering, and I end up doing some drinks at a friend's house. They're having a barbecue, so we're having maybe steak, which is good, but maybe it has butter and all this stuff on it. They have extra sides and chips and dip, and it gets out of hand really quickly. So you could easily go from 0 calorie to 600 calorie days where I'm eating only 1 meal a day and really calorie deficit, which was not good, but it worked. I lost a lot of weight doing that. But then you shift to a 3,000 to 5,000 calorie for 2 days. It's not good. I would end up gaining back all the weight I had lost. If not, say if I lost 6.5 pounds, on the weekend I'd gain back 5, and I'm like, what the hell? And then it would take Monday and Tuesday, maybe even into Wednesday, to work that 5 pounds off. And then that means all that work I did the week before, I only lost 2 pounds, 1.5 pounds. And then I do it another week. So for 2 weeks straight, a half a month, I'd only lose maybe 3 pounds. And I had worked so hard. I mean, I could have lost 3 pounds eating 1,500 calories and just doing it right and not having those cheat meals or having such big cheat meals. And I wouldn't have wanted those cheat meals if I did not get into such a caloric deficit. So managing the start of your fat loss, weight loss, muscle gain phase. I wouldn't say muscle gain, because muscle gain is more adding calories and working out and you're at a certain spot. I'm talking about the fasting, intermittent fasting, and trying to lose a lot of weight. So that was phase one. So that's how I would have done it differently. I would not have done all those heavy cheat meals. But now I'm into this new phase where I'm down to under 170. I'm toying with 169, 167 pounds, and I've maintained for about maybe 3-4 weeks. And this week I tried to cut a little bit, and I did. I lost again, I went from that 169 to 167-ish. And next few weeks I'm going to do a little more of the deficit, because I want to lose these love handles that are just sticking around, and it's more around the back. And I mean, I still have fat I want to lose for sure, and I need to build the muscle. So I definitely want to do another cutting phase. And usually before I go into those things, I want to enjoy myself a little. So that's why I had the cheat meal this weekend. And my cheat meal wasn't terrible, but yesterday I had a lot of calories, a lot of carbs. So I started with a good turkey sandwich, fresh turkey that I bought from Costco. It's a big thing. They have a really good, and I saw it on this Thomas DeLauer podcast. He was talking about all the things in Costco that are really good for weight loss and good proteins. And this has, there's literally a lot of those turkey slices, deli meats. A lot of them are filled with all these ingredients. But if you look at this package, it literally has turkey breast, salt, and maybe something else. I mean, it's awesome. So the protein you get in a couple slices, whatever. Sliced it up, put some of it in the freezer to save. And so I made a sandwich yesterday, had a little bit of bread, so the carbs, a little bit of mayo, mustard, so a little sugar in the mayo, and I had Swiss cheese with it. So the combo was still good. It wasn't terrible. Probably between that and the pickles, the salt, I don't know, maybe 700 calories, maybe a little less, 600 calories. Good start to the day after doing my first walk of the day. And yesterday was Saturday, so it was kind of a break day. But then I went shopping at a few places. I went to that Wild Fork. I picked up those steaks again that I was telling everybody about, the little medallions wrapped in bacon. So delicious, so good. Such good protein bombs. And then I came home, but I also had bought a pizza there. I was craving for a pizza. And I was going to do the Costco pizza, which wouldn't have been the greatest thing, because that's just so doughy and carby. And yeah, I'm a pizza guy, and being from back east, I'm very picky with it. But Costco out here in California, it's not horrible. Some of the other pizza, I mean, for $10, you know, a lot of the other pizzas you get from all these places, Mulberry Street and everything, you're like, if you get extra cheese, which you have to, because they don't give you enough cheese on it, it's not a real pizza. And it ends up being like $34 if you get the right toppings. That's just ridiculous. It's pizza and cheese. Come on, man. And tomato sauce. So I was at a Wild Fork, and they had these Sicilian, I think it's called Screaming Sicilian. And I looked at the ingredients, and they're not horrible. The ones I usually go for are the Newman's Own. I've talked about these before. These are the secret weapon for a pizza snack. And basically it's 720 or 780 calories for the whole pie. There's 2 servings, and I think it's 340, maybe it's 340 calories per serving. So the calories are a total of 780, and the protein you get in there, and the sugars, there's only like 2 grams of sugar, so there's a total of 4 grams for the whole thing, which is, I mean, that's right in line with a good meal. So, but this, I was going to try it. I was like, whatever, I'm at a decent weight, I'm going to try this. It's 5 servings, 380 calories. So that's 1750 calories. Now, most people say, I wouldn't eat the whole thing. Listen, I always used to be a fat guy. I'm eating the whole thing. And in fact, this is the first time that I actually got to the last 2 slices, and I wasn't going to eat it, but I wasn't going to put it in I wasn't going to throw it out. I don't waste. I'm not a waster. And I wasn't going to reheat it because it was already cooked really well. I have a brick in my oven, so it gets really crisp. So I was like, all right, I'm going to rifle through this. So I had the whole thing, 1,750 calories. So calorie-wise, between that and the turkey sandwich, we're probably up to maybe 2,400 calories, 2,500 calories, which isn't horrible. But then I had whiskey, I had some Oban whiskey last night. I'm telling you, I had a cheat day. And I had some Oban whiskey, just 1 glass, 2-finger pour. And then I had I had a lot. And then I had 2 ice creams. I'm in love with these Butterfinger bar ice creams. It's not a Butterfinger that's just frozen. It's ice cream with a tube of Butterfinger inside it. And it is like crack cocaine. It is so good. And I can never eat one of those. It's one of those things. So I eat one, they're about this big or whatever. I eat one, and then I'm like, I gotta have another. And those are 300 and something calories. So it's basically 700 calories there. So if we're at 26, and then we're at 30, maybe we're at 3,500 calories now. Then I had some, I know I keep saying then, when is it gonna stop? I had some Mike and Ike's. So I bought a bunch of, I used to love sugar. I mean, I was a sugar addict everywhere in my house. I still have all this leftover stuff that I gotta throw away, but it's just little boxes of candy everywhere, gummy things, everything gummy worms, gummy bears, gummy sours. It's insane. So, yeah, I'm killing myself. So I bought at Smart & Final, they had these boxes of single serving ones, like, 24 boxes or small boxes in each box. And I bought 3 different flavors. And I love the spicy cinnamon ones. There was a tropical one, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I had 1 box of each of those. I don't even know how many calories are in it, but there's a lot of sugar because it's all sugar. That's all it is. So between the sugar and the carbs, which are turning into sugars, I was waking up, I was thinking I'm gonna wake up to a mess, right? But I didn't even weigh myself this morning. In fact, this morning was such a weird thing. I woke up, I just throw on clothes and get out, but I didn't even throw on my necklace. I didn't throw on my watch, so I don't know how much time I'm doing. I just didn't do anything. I didn't shave, so I look like it's not good. I didn't put on suntan lotion, which I always put it on my nose, face at least for the first walk. Then the second walk I'll put it all over, but whatever. What a mess. What a weird day. It's Sunday. It's supposed to be the day of relaxing. What am I doing out here? Talking to my message. So yeah, I ate a lot and a lot of bad stuff. But when I woke up, I didn't feel that bad. I felt bad last night. Like after I ate that pizza, I was so sluggish and I was so just not feeling like it was a good thing, but I enjoyed it. And this is the key. This is one of the things that if you're going to do this, you have to enjoy these cheat meals, because then why do it? If you're going to do this and get angry at yourself or feel bad, or the next day go, oh, I should never done that. I mean, you either enjoy it or you don't, right? Because if you're going to ruin the experience by being angry, it's just if you do it, enjoy it, and then forget it and just get back on track. Just have fun with it. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Life is worth having fun with. So in this stage of doing this, I'm getting to the end of this, sorry. In this stage of doing this, what's cool is it doesn't affect me like it used to. So I expect when I go home, being about 167, high, maybe 168, I'm expecting probably maybe after this walk, if I stepped on the scale, I probably would have been 170, gained 2 pounds instead of 5, even though that was a lot of calories, a lot of sugar. After this walk, I will probably be down to the 167, 168. No big deal. Maybe gain a pound. And then come tomorrow, it'll be off. So once you get to a certain, or at least my experience, once I got to a certain fat loss phase, and my metabolism has changed, and it's just working different. So I think when my body absorbs all that stuff, as long as it's not terrible stuff, like cheese, carbs, sure. I mean, it was just cheese and sauce, really. A little bit of meat, so there's protein in there. I mean, even the protein, so there were 12 grams, I think it was, of protein per serving, and that's 5. So that's 60 grams of protein, right? Somewhere around there. Maybe it was even more. Maybe it was 16 grams of protein. So it was close to 70 grams of protein. That's a good protein hit. And the sugars were great in these screaming Sicilian pizzas. They were, again, 2 grams of protein per serving. So it's more than the Newman's Own because it's 5 servings. So that's 10 grams of sugar. I mean, mixed with my Mike and Ike's and my ice cream. Yeah, I had a lot of sugar. Regardless, my point is, if you're gonna do it, enjoy it. But I'm curious, and there's a question today, and I don't think I phrased it this way, but I'm curious if anybody's gone through, if anybody's even listening to this at this point, if anybody's gone through phases of weight loss and had semi-cheat days or meals that affected them, and are they affecting you differently? And I may pose this in another question at some point, because I'm really curious about this aspect of cheat meals. I'm curious if people are having them, what they're doing, how they treat themselves before and afterwards. But this question is interesting, is it affecting you differently than it was when you had more weight on you, or you were in a different metabolic stage? So if you get to this point and feel like dropping a comment, let me know. Let's have a conversation. And the last thing is the music listening today is some Tribal Tech Face First album. It's a song Face First. Watch that in the description below. It's a little short. If you haven't heard Tribal Tech, you need to stop. Well, don't stop now. Like and comment and subscribe and do all that good stuff, because it really does help, I think. I'm not sure how this all works yet. So, but please do all those things. Just click the like and click the subscribe. And ring the bell. I think there's a bell that notifies you when I post things. That would be awesome. Yeah, the Tribal Tech stuff, take a listen to them. Anything, every single album. This is one of the very few groups of musicians that everything they've played and recorded is brilliant. And I've been doing music for 40 years now. I've been teaching for 30 something. I mean, it is not an understatement to say how brilliant these guys are. It's rock, it's jazz fusion, it's not jazz, it's rock with jazz elements, but in the rock vein. So it's very, not aggressive, but it's hard to describe, but it's awesome. It's so good. And this album and this song has Gary Willis on bass, who's really funky, Scott Henderson on guitar, who's just my hero. And there's Kirk Covington drums, super powerhouse, almost kind of Bonham-esque. Jason Bonham of Led Zeppelin just pounds the shit out of the drums. He's awesome, and his grooves are just so funky. And then Scott Kinsey is on keyboards. And I've transcribed this before, this song. I've transcribed a bunch of this stuff, but I transcribed this song, and it's one of those songs every few years I pull out the transcription. I go, oh man, I got to relearn that. So I relearned that, and it's one of the keyboard parts that I've transcribed that I usually, I'm a guitar player, so I transcribe the guitar parts, and there's so much cool chromatic-y stuff and blah, blah, blah. But this keyboard, and I think there was a Bruce Hornsby, there was a song that he did that, I forget what the name of it, but there was a song that the keyboard solo was so brilliant, and I had transcribed that, and that was really challenging actually, because it was really awkward to put some of those fingerings on guitar and the jumps that they were doing, the leaps. But if you want to check any of this stuff out, go to Guitar Breakdown on YouTube. It's a green and blue GB logo. It's pretty old school. I got to change that around sometime. But it's got a lot of cool guitar lessons. If you guys are interested in guitar lessons, let me know. I don't think anybody's watching this at this point. This is a rambly one. But yeah, if you want guitar lessons, DM me. Otherwise, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Obviously, I am, because I'm feeding my face and eating all this crap. But I'm, like I said, enjoying it. I'm letting myself just have the experience and be one with it. So I'm going to sign off. I will see you guys next week for the start of a new month. New month of recording. Not a new month yet. And yeah, let's get next week crushing. We'll see you on the next one.